More revenue because of more customers, because they're more stoked to come, because you're accessing more people is achieved through marketing. What's marketing? Is it sending out Valpak coupons? Is it doing the social media post that changes the game? There's a lot out there. So what is marketing? By the end of this video, you will have actionable strategies of things that actually work for our restaurants and Angelini's worldwide, and you will have an awareness of marketing that you didn't have before the video. If you're looking to upgrade not only your marketing, but your ops, your whole systems and everything restauranting, hit subscribe, like the video. It will help you and help me. If you don't know already, I am Mike Bausch. I own Angelini's worldwide at the Unsliced Restaurant System. I am a real ass owner with 12 actual restaurants that actually are open today in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We have 8-figure revenue, over 300 employees across 7 brands. We own them all, no venture capital, no blah. So what's the first marketing any restaurant should do? The number one thing that everyone's going to say is social media. But what is being done poorly in the social media realm is people don't do anything, or they have the site, they have an Instagram, but they're not posting on it. It's very hard, especially when you're starting, to get a name for yourself. So the only way to win is to feed the beast. Here's the thing. It's hard to do them all simultaneously. So you are better off using an app that can schedule to multiple sites at once, if for no other reason that you're just going to potentially be seen by more than one site. Still, the content should be curated to one specific platform. More likely than not, 90% of restaurants, that's going to be Instagram. In this 2024, that's what you're going to probably want to be doing.
Amen.
You can obviously still do Twitter. Just people aren't really like, oh, what's going on in the world of foie gras? Let me go to Twitter. That's not happening. When you are on Instagram, posting native, not necessary, but posting at times where people could see it and then actually act on it does. So posting before lunch, posting before dinner. If you're a breakfast place, posting really early. If your posts are getting out there at 10 o'clock at night, even if a lot of people are watching it at 10 o'clock at night and they can't order from you, it's kind of worthless, right? Next big marketing strategy for social media is make it easy. Again, this is a real tip. This isn't be your honest self. You should, but here's a real ass tip. Have one link on your social media. So that link should go to ordering from you or making a reservation. Don't have a link tree that goes to your YouTube, your Twitter, your blah, 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 blah. Because you don't want to say, hey, you like me? Now go see me everywhere else. You don't want that. You want, hey, now buy from me. Go here. Go to this thing. One link. Along with that, your content should have a brand voice. Here's the easy way of saying it should have your voice. It should sound like you. If you're not the avatar or key indicator of what this brand is, let's say it's very feminine driven and you're a dude, then get that type of voice to be speaking for this. Regardless of what you do, you want it to feel authentic. And don't just post to post. Don't just do what you've seen done. Speak passionately about what you dig about this food, about this brand, and then above all else, make sure you do 2 key things: entertain or inform. Entertain does not mean doing stupid dances. Entertaining would be like, here's something kooky that happened with us in the restaurant. If it's kind of like a reality show of you, but you're not trying so hard, it'll come across well. Food content is super hard because you could just talk to camera all day like I am, but I know when I go to do food content, I have to make sure the shot is great. I have to make sure that certain things are done. Like for our pizzas, I'm not gonna cut the pizza. Kind of crazy, right? I'm not gonna cut the pizza. I'm gonna make sure I'm near natural light so that way it looks amazing. And then if I cut it, I'm going to cut it in a very particular way because food photography is hard. It's hard. So make sure when you do show off your food, you're doing it in the best way possible, which means near natural light, which means it's fully shown. And if there's a lot of white on top of it, like for example, Parmesan is going to look horrible on camera because it doesn't translate well. The whiting out of the product isn't going to help it. It's a little tip. Social media, great food, great content that is either entertaining or informing. Hey, here's how we make this item. Here's how we do this. Here's how here's the ingredients, blah, blah, blah. Inform, inform, inform. If you can attach this to the end of the sentence, did you know? And then that is informative content. And people want to be informed.
Absolutely.
One of the most successful campaigns in the history of marketing was the Schlitz Malt Liquor campaign. The Schlitz Malt Liquor campaign, again, Schlitz, became popular because they just documented how they make Schlitz, and people lost their minds. No one had ever done that before. Understand, people don't know how you do what you do. Next, marketing. Marketing is planting a seed. That's marketing. Planting a seed that hopefully grows, and then you can harvest it later. So think of yourself as a farmer. Will every seed grow? No, it's not. Your job is to plant as many seeds as possible. Now, you can be that farmer, or you can hire someone else to plant the seeds. Here's the thing. When you plant your own seeds, it's cheaper, and it's more likely to grow. Here's an example. If you give out freebies to the community, or you're always in and involved with the charities of your community, giving away that auction item, being at that golf tournament, always in front of the camera, that's a seed that's gonna grow. If you give out just a mailer to everyone in town, you are just another, not a real seed, not one that's likely to grow. It's possible, but you're gonna spend, let's say, $1,000 to get one customer. Maybe that customer comes back more and more and more. Maybe they don't. Maybe you get 10 customers. Maybe it was worth it. Do you know? That's the problem with most marketing. You don't know. Now you can attach coupon codes to these items to see how many people take advantage of it, but here's the problem with that. If you're an independent restaurant, you are more likely than not going after experience-driven customers. Experience-driven customers don't use discounts as much as value-driven customers. So you're gonna see the value-driven customer who wanted the 2-for-1, and that works one day a week. But if you are always training the customer to go after the discount, you will become Bed Bath & Beyond. Think about Bed Bath & Beyond for a second. They sent out the big mailer with the big blue 20% off one single item. They trained the customer to never come in unless they had that big ass postcard. They got customers in, but only when they had the postcard. You got to the point where you felt like an idiot if you went to Bed Bath & Beyond and didn't have this big ass postcard. So if you were always discounting, you were training your customer to understand that you're overpriced and hey, you're not getting a good deal. That's why it's so important to push people towards experience, and the experience has to be you. So the next part of marketing is to convey your voice, whether on social media, but also on site. Do the customers know you? Does your staff know your brand voice to push it out on your behalf if you're not there? Are you the representative of this brand? It's a lot easier to do it that way. And if you don't like that, if you don't like being your representative, get over it, because it's a lot cheaper than hiring one. So classic marketing, phone book, radio, TV, these are very, very expensive and they don't resonate as much. People are watching TV across the world nonstop, but it's not what you think. It's this, their pocket television. Their pocket television is what they're all looking at all the time. That's why social media is king. But if you're like, well, therefore I should do paid ads. Here's the thing, it's very expensive. And if you spend $75 a day on an ad, you don't need to make $80 to make it back. You need to make about $500 to make that back. So it's really, really hard. Google AdWords, hard. All of these types of marketing sound great, but you have to be very, very good at the ads. Be aware that you are going to lose for 2 to 3 months as you curate your audience to have it be a success. Do you have that runway? And even if you do, it's still a lot to get to ROI. You're better off creating a lot of solid ass content on your own and feeding the beast. If you want to fast forward your follower count today, the best, easiest, most free thing you could do is comment on other people's posts and like other people. Who am I going to like? I don't know who to like. Look at someone else in your community. They might not even be your competitor. It could just be something that you know people who like you would theoretically like. So maybe a clothing brand that's near you. Maybe it's the big business complex. Whatever it is, follow all the people that follow them. Comment on their posts and say, that looks cool. Love that for you. You guys look great today. And people will be like, oh, thank you. Now, if you're thinking, that's creepy, right? I'm a restaurant. It's not if you do it in an engaging and subtle way. Also, if you're saying, I don't have the time for that, do it for 1 hour. You absolutely have the time for it. You do.
Okay, all right.
And if I said that 1 hour will translate into potentially 30 customers, would you do it? Now, once you get good at it, once you learn your messaging and how to comment and where to comment and what to say, you can have someone else do it on your behalf. But I'm going to say right now, if you are looking to buy your way out of this mess, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You think it's going to happen, but if you're an independent restaurant in America and really anywhere, you can't do it other than yourself. But that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty. You can get yourself out of this for little to no money, just time. Now, once you have those people ordering online from you, understand that having Google set up perfect is very important. Having your email set up is very important. Having an email drip flow where people get multiple emails from you, not just buy my thing, now buy my thing, but hey, did you know we do this for the community? Did you know? And again, everything you would do on social, but now in context over email is how you keep that engagement and what's called TOMA, top of mind awareness. You need to do that all the time. Who is the king of TOMA? In the world, it's Coca-Cola. They'll have big-ass billboards. Did you not know Coke exists? Well, they're here to remind you they still do. That's TOMA, or top-of-mind awareness. When you first are trying to let people know you exist, it might be call to action, CTA. Hey, we do this cool stuff. Try our cool stuff. Once you have CTA and you're in and around and aware in your community, now it's all about TOMA. Doing both is great. If you're trying to hit it hard and make a name for yourself, either quickly or let's say your brand has become stagnant, you just need more people to be aware of it. An event is a great way to pull this off. What event? Depends on your brand, right? But whether it's a wine tasting, whiskey tasting, pizza tasting, burger tasting, olive oil tasting, tasting is great. If there's a band playing, that could help too if you're a bar. But now it's not really about your food and your ambiance, it's about the band. Not bad, but try and make it about you. If you want to make it about you and something else, maybe it's a trivia night. Maybe it's some other type of game where people come to your place to have a great experience. But ideally, in the most perfect sense of the word, it's going to be experiencing the perfect version of what you do as you want it to be done, with you explaining it. That gives not only you as the brand, you planting seeds, you as the experience, and no cost. Really no cost. Easiest way to push it out to the world, using Eventbrite is really solid because they're going to do the SEO or search engine optimization on your behalf. So you make an event on Eventbrite, push it out on social media, and they'll do most of the work. People buy the tickets, it goes into your bank account, you welcome them in, and then you upsell more alcohol if they're there, if you sell alcohol. An event done through Eventbrite is probably the easiest way to do that in the modern era. Events breed experience, and experience is what you have to live in, because you, if you're an independent restaurant, live in the experience, not in value. You can provide value, but you want to be something beyond just sustenance. People can get sustenance at any convenience store, or more likely than not from the grocery store making it at home. You live in the experience world. You live in the planting seeds world. So what are you doing about that? If you ever wonder, should we do this? Ask that question. Does this give an experience, and is this planting a seed that I can truly get ROI from? And if it can't sustainably answer that question definitively, it's a no. If these tips are helpful, please like, subscribe, and comment on it, some things that you're doing as well. And if you want to get with me and up-level your restaurant, I'm Mike Bausch of the Unsliced Restaurant System, getunsliced.com. Get with us, apply, and I will look at your marketing and give you the whole playbook to do all the things I talked about here in a very finite fashion where I can walk you through it so you get to your goals on your terms at little to no cost.